Good morning, guys. These are my beautiful veggie garden seedlings. I planted them about 2 weeks ago, and they're going to grow up big and tall this summer and nourish me. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is nourishing your body and mind. That's what the Be the Change Challenge is all about. There are 2 areas that you can spend some time and energy on and make some beautiful changes that will impact your entire life. It's what you feed your mind, tending to the garden of your mind, and what you feed your body, nutrition. But the topic of nutrition is daunting and contradictory and hard. And so oftentimes we just turn it over to the experts and we try this diet or that regimen, or we go to that expert and we pay a lot of money and we try those things for a little bit of time. And then 6 months later or 9 months later, we find I didn't really pick up a habit from that, or I didn't really learn my own truths from that. I just borrowed that expert's knowledge for a little bit. I took on their belief system and it didn't really do me any good. And this is why when we borrow other people's knowledge, and we do it everywhere, we do it in big topics like religion and politics, areas that we think we don't have the time in, or the self-efficacy, we don't have the belief that we have the ability to figure out on our own. And when we do that, that topic dies to us. We stop experimenting. We just borrow that knowledge, but we never take it on as our own. It's the difference between book knowledge and having street smarts, having experimented with that. The difference between reading about that thing in a book, reading about that recipe and seeing the picture and going, oh, that must be delicious, and making that recipe and going, oh, that recipe looked beautiful, but they added way too much of this or way too much of that. Or if I supplement this ingredient or that ingredient, it makes it so much better and more nutritious and delicious. Or it's the difference between hearing, oh, basil's the new power super herb and it cures cancer and blah, blah, blah. We hear all sorts of information like that, and you think, the difference between that kind of thinking and going, oh, I already know basil's amazing. I grow plants in my backyard and I know that they cycle through and have a short life cycle. So I didn't kill that first basil plant that I had after 3 or 4 months. That's just their cycle. And oh my gosh, they smell amazing, and they have the sweetest little taste to it, just a little bit of sweet with their spice. And now I know when I add it to this dish or that dish exactly what it will do to tweak this dish or that dish. Or it's the difference between knowing, oh, I have a detox system. We have detox systems, and what does my body feel like when I put it through a short 3 or 4 to 7 day detox? And do I have the willpower to do that? And wow, how amazing that feels when I get the willpower and I do that and I go, ooh, gosh, my body really was bogged down, because my head doesn't feel so foggy now after that detox and cleanse, and I feel lighter and I feel all sorts of different things. What I feel, what you experience. I last week went out and I ripped the dead grass out of that. I power raked that lawn because it looked like crap, and now it was like, oh, thank you. I'm getting oxygen to my roots now. I'm getting nutrients and I'm starting to fill in and be beautiful. And we defrag our computers all the time, same thing. But we don't often defrag our body, its detox system, and connect to it and really know how it works and how it feels when we turn it on. When we use ancient Ayurvedic practices to turn that system on and to feel it out for ourselves. And so that's what this course is about. It's just experimenting in this whole area. I'm going to guide you to find your own truths about this topic. And we're going to collaborate as a group and use our gathered knowledge and experiment and just have fun. April will be a month of spring cleaning, literally getting to the roots of those borrowed knowledge of ours, ripping that out, getting to the roots of what's in our fridge that we can rip out and clean, and our closets, and just clearing out the clutter everywhere, taking that weight, that anvil off us of preconceived knowledge and conceptions about this area, and the belief that we can't change or have the tools to work in this area. And in the month of May, we're going to learn how to connect to nature, to connect to your local food chain in any way that's feasible for you. For some people, it will be, oh, I know now when I go to the farmer's market, I'm going to start going to the farmer's market, and now I know what to ask my farmers and what questions to ask. We've got to start learning to ask the right questions. Or maybe you're going to get really experimental and start your own herb or plant garden. Maybe you start with a basil plant or rosemary. And then next we're going to tackle exercising and moving and getting our lymph and detox systems working. How to do that and how to do it in a way that you enjoy it, have fun. And each month I'm going to give you a new topic to study and a new area to experiment with in this area until at the end of our 6 months, we all try to support each other through a detox or a cleanse in some manner or fashion. For some people that may be 1 day, for some people that may be 7 days. So I hope to see you on the 15th. Namaste.